Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel of Debneel's Mathematics Desk. So as you can see, today we are starting a completely new chapter for class 9, Coordinate Geometry Part 1. After a very long time, because you see I was out of town, and already told in my previous video for class 8 as well that the place I was been for the last few days, horrible network problem. You can't imagine, even if you want to do a phone call, it's not connecting properly to the receiver. So uploading videos at that time would mean that you will not be able to understand what I'm trying to teach. My words will come scattered and you will not be able to hear properly. So that's why I thought, okay, let it be. It's a small period of time, 9-10 days, and it's over actually, and now we are back with full force and regularly. So this is actually a very large chapter. I'm telling you honestly, just many things. But if we learn step by step and in small chunks, we will cover it quite smoothly. So coordinate geometry, before beginning this chapter, I'm loving the support you are showing to my channel till now. If you show your support continuously as I'm uploading my videos each day, it will mean that I will improve my quality of videos for you every time. So I expect your support and love for my videos, because it motivates me to make better videos for you all on all these large interesting topics in all kinds of situations. So let's begin coordinate geometry. So as I told you, big chapter, so we will not go fast. Before getting into the hard details of any chapter, it's quite good to go through a brief introduction. What on earth is this coordinate geometry? We have learned geometry, we have learned circle, rectangle, angles, chords, many things we have learned. That is a kind of geometry. Geometrical constructions, we have learned that. But what is coordinate geometry? Quite simple. You know xy plane, I hope you all know. Nothing. Xy plane is just like this. Oh wait. Yeah. Xy plane is a very easy thing to understand, just like this. Uh, Not that one. A line suppose like this, a line like this. This horizontal line is the x-axis and this vertical line is the y-axis. But this side, this is x, this is y. So we call this side as y dash and this as x dash. Now if you clearly observe, because of these two intersecting lines, four places are formed. This one xy, x dashed y, x dashed y dashed, y dashed x. Four places are formed, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So these four places are called quadrants, and that means we have four quadrants in a coordinate geometry plane, which is actually called the Cartesian plane. Okay. So don't get confused with the name. It's just a xy intersecting plane. We all know x-axis and y-axis. They are intersecting each other to form four quadrants. So this is the first quadrant. This is the second. This is the third one. And this is the fourth quadrant. Like a rectangle. A, B, C, D. Like that if you consider. A, B, C, D. If you just consider it like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the four quadrants. In this order only. Remember that. First, second, third, fourth. Now what we do is we plot points on this Cartesian plane. How do we plot points? Before going into plotting of points, what is actually a coordinate? Coordinate geometry is plotting of coordinate points on this plane. But what is coordinate? It's easy. So suppose means it is like this. I'm giving you the example. Wait a second. Give me a second, guys. Okay, this angle will work well. It's just like this, xy. What is this xy? This x is called the abscissa. Remember that. So abscissa is what? The value on this x-axis. So when this is a coordinate, typical coordinate form, where you have one value for the x-axis and one value for the y-axis. This x-axis value is called the abscissa and this y-axis value is called the ordinate. Let me write it down. I don't know if the spelling is correct. Ordinate. Always remember this is whole together called a coordinate. Okay. This is called a coordinate. Alright. Always remember coordinate point is always formed how? First x-axis, then y-axis. First abscissa, then ordinate. So that means all the points on the x-axis are actually called abscissa. We can tell that. And all the points on the y-axis are called the ordinate. Yeah, because of this x is the point on the x-axis and y is the point on the y-axis. Now, how does this work? How can we mark a point on a Cartesian plane? We will come to that soon. First of all, let us learn what these four quadrants of the Cartesian plane are. So, I am rubbing this 1, 2, 3. Okay, no need. This first plane. Okay, and here remember, in all these sides, this about graduation like markings are there. Graduated markings. Which are nothing but some numbers. We will now learn how we can mark a point. And the center means the center of all these x, y, x dash to y dash. This one. This is the origin. O, 0, 0. Okay, this one not looking good. I am just giving it O. Just remember, O means 0, 0. Okay, abscissa and ordinate both are 0. Now, how can we mark the points? In this first quadrant, means which two lines are forming the first quadrant? X and Y, right? So, actually they are positive values. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Here also 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I drew it small. 5 suppose. This is from now. This is the main story. For this x, y, you see in both of the sides is positive. For this line x dashed, these are negative values. And if you just remember, you know number line, how is it? You have a 0 at the center. On the right side, it is all going positive. On the left side, it goes negative. It's just like that. This x dashed ox, it is actually a number line. Where on the right side of this O, you have the positive values. On left side of this O or x dashed O, you have the negative values. So then -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7. Zoom your screen if you are not able to see it properly. Okay, so I can't do it very largely. Similarly, if you just consider y o y dashed, another number line, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a means suppose oy on the right side of O. Then on the left side of O means O dash oy dash. It will be negative values. So here you go. -1, -2, -3, -4. Let it be like this. Now suppose if a point is, suppose a coordinate point is 2, 3. Then this 2 is the means abscissa and abscissa lies on x-axis. Now another very important thing. Now here you can make it out. On this first quadrant, see only positive values are there. Here also positive, here also positive. This first quadrant, both the abscissa and ordinate are positive. Similarly, the second quadrant, see x-axis is negative. So the abscissa is negative. But the y-axis is positive, right? So the ordinate is positive. Yeah. The second quadrant, the abscissa is negative, ordinate is positive. Now coming to the third quadrant. See, both the x-axis and y-axis both are negative. So abscissa and ordinate both are negative. And finally coming to the fourth quadrant, the x-axis here is positive. So that means abscissa is positive, but y-axis is negative, right? So ordinate is negative. So these are the signs of the four quadrants. In the first quadrant, all the points have positive abscissa and ordinate. In second quadrant, abscissa is negative, ordinate is positive. In third quadrant, both abscissa and ordinate are negative. In fourth quadrant, abscissa is positive, ordinate is negative. That's it. Now, here you can, another thing you can do. From this point, 2, comma 3, both abscissa and ordinate are positive. So obviously this point has to lie in the first quadrant. Now how can we mark this point? So 2 is the abscissa. So on x-axis we will take up to 2 units. So suppose here 3 is the ordinate. So on the means ordinate is for y-axis. So we will take up to 3 units on y-axis. Now you have to join these two intersecting points like this. And where they intersect means this place. This is the coordinate. That's how you do it. First of all, you have to see the signs. Suppose minus plus, then second quadrant, minus minus, third quadrant. And always remember, the first point is on the x-axis, second point is on the y-axis. That's it. This is how we mark the points on a Cartesian plane. Just you have to first mark the point on x-axis, the abscissa, then mark the point on y-axis, the ordinate. Then the point where these 2 points intersect, that is the actual coordinate. Okay, just remember this. And remember the signs. First quadrant positive positive, second quadrant negative positive, third quadrant negative negative, fourth quadrant positive negative. It's a simple pattern. So we'll remember this. And now I hope that you can understand what is the main concept of Cartesian system and coordinate geometry. This is all, means this is the basics. Now we will see how we can use our basics properly. We will learn a lot of things through the sums we do today, which are actually basic sums. These are nothing compared to what is coming in the next video, I'm telling you. But before I begin the video, I need to on my fan. It's horribly hot here. Okay, now it's a good place. Okay, now we will learn another thing. This is not that much related to coordinate geometry. It's a simple concept. I have a question. I have an equation. Y equal to 4 by 3x minus 7. Identify. Another one is also there. X equal to 5y plus 3 by 2. Identify dependent and independent variables. Okay, we know variables. What are the variables here? X and y. That's quite easy to understand. For these two questions, we have to find them. Dependent variables are those which change due to the independent variables. Means if the independent variable changes, then the dependent variable's value will change. Now see this first equation, y equal to 4 by 3x minus 7. So here y's value will change if we means change the value of x. X's value can be anything, but if we change x's value, then the result y will change, right? It's y is fully dependent. It's y equal to this. So y is dependent on what is the value of x. So x is like a rich man here. Hello, I can be anything, and if I be this, you will become like that. If I increase myself, you will also have to increase. It's like that. So x is independent here. He has the right to change himself, decrease, increase himself. Obviously here x is independent. But see, poor y, he is dependent on x, right? When x will change, y's value, the result will change. Because y equal to this. So if we change x, then the result, which is y, will actually change. So that is y is dependent on x, you can write. That is y is actually dependent, right? Just understand. Y equal to this. So y will means the answer of y will depend on what is the value of x. The word itself says it is depending. Y will depend on this. So x is independent, y is dependent. Easily you can tell. Now see the second question. X equal to this. So x is depending on what is the value of y. Right? X will change if y changes. X will increase if y increases. X will decrease if y decreases. So x is depending on y's operation. That is, x is dependent. and y is independent, obviously. So from these two questions, what we learned? Dependent variables are those which change due to the increase or decrease in the independent variables. Okay? And independent variables, they are nothing, means they rule the means question, you can tell like that. Is they are the first priority. If they change, the dependent variable has to change. So they are independent. They are like the king and the dependent variables are the slaves. Just like that. So easy. Now let's move on. I told you this is not a kind of related topic to what we are doing today, but I don't know. They are given in the syllabus. We can't skip it. Let's move on. Now find xy if what? Okay, this is quite weird kind of a question. Don't understand the logic. It's quite easy to understand. 4 comma minus 4. So if 2 points, this means what? These two coordinate points are equal. Remember, this is two coordinate points are equal. Their abscissas are equal and ordinates are equal. As simple as that. So what are the abscissas of these two? X minus 1 and 4 is the abscissa. That is x minus 1 equal to 4. And the ordinates are y plus 3 and minus 4. So they are also equal. Y plus 3 equal to minus 4. Or x equal to 4 plus 1. Y equal to minus 4 minus 3. Or x equal to 5. Y equal to minus 7. But I think I got it right. Minus 1 equal to 4. X equal to 5. Yes. Plus 3 equal to minus 4. Yeah. Alright. So remember, these are two coordinate points are equal. The respective abscissas of the 2 points are equal and the ordinates of the 2 points are equal. As simple as that. Okay. Means suppose if x1 y1 x2 y2 are equal, then x1 equal to x2, y1 equal to y. Abscissas are equal, ordinates are equal. This is it. This is the concept. I told you we will be doing learning concepts through the questions. I prefer this method because it does two things. Three things actually. First, we complete a sum. Second, we understand the concept. Third, I don't need to do extra examples. I can proceed by video more smoothly. Okay. Three reasons, valid reasons. So better to do in this method. Let's move on. Oh wait, another type of, this is another kind of means same logic, but not that. If okay, there means just crazy equations. What I can say. Okay, you remember simultaneous linear equation solving? We are going to do that. 2 points are equal, abscissas are equal. That is 5x minus 3y equal to 4. Ordinates are also equal. Then minus y minus 3x equal to minus 4. Okay. Now, if you want to solve them simultaneously, we have to. Which method do we prefer? We will prefer the elimination method. I prefer it. So if we multiply the second equation by 3, 5x minus 3y equal to 4, minus 9x minus 3y equal to minus 12. And what do I do next? Okay, then suppose this is 3, this is 4, 9x. Oh wait, this is plus 3y, right? Yeah. See, this is y minus 3, I am writing the opposite way. Okay. Okay, then if you just add these two equations 3 and 4, then these two get cancelled out. Minus 9x plus 5x minus 4x, or minus 12 plus 4 minus 8, or x equal to 2, or what it. Or if we just substitute it in equation 1 and this is suppose 2, we substitute in equation 1, 5 into 2 minus 3y equal to 4, or minus 3y plus 10 equal to 4, or minus 3y equal to 4 minus 10 minus 6, or y equal to 2. Come on, x2 y2 is correct. I am confused. y minus 6 equal to minus 4 y, yeah, it's correct, actually it's correct. So x and y are 2 comma 2, therefore x equal to 2, y equal to 2. Old maths, nice memories. We did this elimination method, right, where we have to just multiply or divide our equation so that we can eliminate one of the variables by addition or subtraction, anything we prefer. And we did that. I just multiplied equation number 2 by 3. I got this. Equation 1 I just transformed from equation 3. Then I add 3 and 4, minus 3y plus 2 I got out of the way. Minus 9x plus 5x minus 4x minus 12 plus 4 minus 8. Then you will get x equal to 2. Substitute the value of x in equation 1. You will get 5 into 2 minus 3y equal to 4. 10 minus 3y equal to 4. Minus 3y equal to minus 6. Y equal to 2. Easy. So x equal to 2, y equal to 2. If they ask what is the coordinate xy, 2 comma 2. As simple as that. So these are not that means hard concepts. What can I say? I told you this is the introductory video of this chapter, so you can't be expecting instant sums. That will be meaningless actually. Then why am I telling that it's a big chapter? We can complete it in one video. No, it's a very big chapter. Means we have graphs, we have inclination finding. It's going to be super. Means I don't know how inclination finding is related to this chapter, but it's quite interesting. I just saw that and it's very interesting. Real geometry will do there. So see, means coordinate geometry. Something about geometry should be there, right? And you will see what is it actually. Pure geometry in coordinate geometry. Graphs, not that hard. Means if you understand how to just draw it, you will find it easy. It's a very easy one. And in second video, we will have only one heading. No, in third video, we will have only one heading. Draw the graphs of these equations. You will see that. No other headings. Only one heading and equations will keep changing. It's very interesting. You will find the sums and how we are going to draw the graphs. Before that, let's focus here. True, false, like it. Origin lies in second quadrant. Nice question. It's like a googly. Pick it or you will be bowled out. Origin lies in second quadrant. So the coordinates of origin are 0, 0. Now I am a very stupid person. I tell that suppose the coordinates of origin is minus 0, minus 0. Am I wrong? No. Minus 0 equal to 0, minus 0 equal to 0. Then minus minus means it can lie in third quadrant. So actually origin which is 0, 0 can be written in 4 ways. Minus 0, 0, 0, minus 0, minus 0, minus 0. It's right. It's a valid statement. Now this one lies in first quadrant, plus plus, minus plus second quadrant, plus minus fourth quadrant, minus minus third quadrant. So hey, 0, 0, the origin can actually lie in the four quadrants. Why are you telling it's lying in second quadrant? False. It's a false statement. You know this, the 0 can be minus 0. 0 equal to minus 0. So if I just assume that 0 equal to minus 0, then I can write it in 4 ways. Means that by changing the signs, and I can actually place the origin in 4 quadrants. So that means actually it doesn't lie in the second quadrant, it lies in all the quadrants. But don't be this kind of a stupid. The question itself is actually stupid. Origin doesn't lie in any quadrant. Origin lies at the center. I think that is the correct logic. It is not like any quadrant. Okay, means you can tell that 0, 0 it is positive. No, minus 0 is also positive. Okay, but actually if you minus 0, if we means consider coordinate geometry, it is minus plus second quadrant, 0, minus 0, plus minus fourth quadrant. So it can be right. So that means it's false. As simple as that. Easy logic, and it's very easy actually. Nothing to say. Now this one. Okay, so if ordinate of a point equal to its abscissa, then the point, then the coordinate point lies in first quadrant, first or second quadrant. Okay. So there, here what they mean is the axis and ordinate has to be equal. That means the signs also have to be equal. So either it is plus plus or minus minus. Okay, if it is plus minus or minus plus, their signs are differing. So that those are not equal. Either both axis and ordinate have to be positive and magnitude equal, or both of them have to be negative and magnitude equal. Now, plus plus means what? First quadrant. Minus minus means third quadrant. They are telling that ordinate lies in the first or second quadrant. So first quadrant is correct. But we know that in second quadrant, the point signs are what? Minus plus. But if the abscissa is of negative sign and ordinate is of positive sign, they are not equal. So according to this statement, this point can't lie in second quadrant. So it is not possible for the point to lie in second quadrant. Because see, their signs also need to be same, but in second quadrant, the abscissa and ordinate don't have same signs. You can have this point minus 3 comma 3. Magnitude is same, but abscissa negative, ordinate positive. So they are not equal. Means if a point means lies in second quadrant, even if its magnitude is equal, it's it's totally not equal because the signs are not equal. So first, partly it is correct that first coordinate, uh, if the point lies abscissa ordinate same, then it is possible. If it was third quadrant in place of second here, it could be true. But as the point in second quadrant cannot be equal, no equal ordinate and abscissa can be there because of the signs. This statement is false. Oh, come on. Two statements were false. Wait, anything left? Let's see. So to understand the logic, if a point is equal, which is abscissa ordinate equal, its sign should also be equal, and that is only possible in first and third quadrant, not in the second quadrant. Okay, let's see next. Question 7. Another true false. Point AB lies on y-axis if b equal to 0. Okay, let's see. It's y or x? Okay, it's x actually. Alright. So if b is 0, that means the point is a comma 0. So if I draw a Cartesian plane, x dash y dash o, that means 0, the ordinate is 0, and we know ordinate lies on the y-axis. So that means on y-axis it is up to 0 units, and on x-axis it is up to a units. So suppose point A is here. So this point actually is lying here, right? So that means the point is lying on the x-axis. So yeah, if the ordinate is 0, that is b is the ordinate here. If it is 0, then the a means a is the only magnitude of x-axis. Means y will be 0 because y the ordinate is 0 here. Because see, b is the ordinate, and we know ordinates lie on y-axis. But your ordinate equal to 0, so ordinate will not be there. Only the abscissa will be there because a is a value. So ordinate 0, abscissa is present. Obviously, the point lies in x-axis. That is, this statement is true. Come on, easy. They are trying to confuse you, nothing else. Now understand this. B, the ordinate is 0. Ordinate 0 means y-axis 0. That means x-axis present. That's it. Now let's see. Let's move on. Another kind of a question which is nothing much. 3 minus 2x equal to 7. 2i plus 1 so 10 minus 5 by 2y. Find xy and name the coordinate point. Means we have to find the coordinate point in easy words. Okay, let's do it. It's very easy, right? 3 minus 2x equal to 7 or minus 2x equal to 7 minus 3 equal to 4 or x equal to minus 2. Finish. Now 2y plus 1 to 10 minus 5 by 2y. Multiply the whole equation by 2 or 4y plus 2 equal to 20 minus 5y. Yep. Multiply the whole equation by 2, right? 20 minus 5y or 4y minus 5y means minus y equal to 20 minus 2, 18 or y equal to minus 8. Let me just see if I did something wrong. I am multiplying the equation because it will remove this denominator, nothing else. 4y plus 2 equal to 20 minus 5. It's absolutely correct, right? Okay, yeah, I did something wrong. There 4y minus 5y means 4y plus 5y, change the sign. So 9y equal to minus 18, y equal to 2. Also, they have written another thing I forgot to write. Mention the quadrant. So it's an all-rounder question. Everything we learned till now. So we have got x and y quite easily, not a big deal. Now the coordinate point will be what? Xy will be the form of the coordinate. X is minus 2, y is 2. Now we know the new means rule of coordinates. First quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. First one is plus plus, second one minus plus. Is first one abscissa ordinate positive, second one abscissa negative ordinate positive, third one abscissa ordinate both negative, fourth one abscissa positive ordinate negative. Now let's see second quadrant minus plus, here also minus plus. So this point lies in the second quadrant. You have to just see the signs and identify in which quadrant it lies by this little information of abscissa and ordinate signs. That's all. So okay, not this signs, okay, not this signs, this signs. A joke, nothing else. So just find out x and y from this equation. Then the coordinate will be x comma y. Finish it. See the signs. You will obviously find out the quadrant. Finish. You might be thinking, so easy. Why are the questions been present in the exercise? I don't know. They come in the exam, so we can't leave them. If you leave them, you never know. Means it's like a full toss and you missed it and you got out on 99. So very damaging, right, for your means emotions. So better to learn everything. How to even play a full toss like this. Now the last one, which is like huge question. Last question, obviously. Typical coordinate geometry question. Plot these points on a graph paper, which I can't bring now. I have to draw a graph paper, obviously. Plot these points on a graph. I'll draw a big one so that you can just see everything. I know how a graph paper looks like, but I can't draw the typical one. I'll draw assumed graph paper, which you will see. Just the Cartesian system I will draw, and the points are these: 8, 7, 3, 6, 0, 4, 0, minus 4, 3, minus 2, minus 2.5, minus 3.0. Plot these points on a graph. So let's draw a graph. A graph. Y-axis, x-axis. Extending to both sides. This is O, the center. Now let's draw the sides. This one, x-axis. Okay, then x, x dash, y, y dash. It's a big one. You will understand everything smoothly. Now here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Finished. Now on this side, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6, minus 7. On this side up to minus 7, okay? Now on the downside, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6, minus 7. Now on the upper side, here's positive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me extend it a bit. 6, 7. So let this be the graph paper. Okay. Now he can ask me to draw the square. Should I draw them? It will take forever. No need. So the main graph paper is this Cartesian system, right? Nothing else. Now how to mark the point? First is 8, 7. So both axes are ordinate positive. Will lie in first quadrant. Now x-axis are 8 means 8 units on x-axis. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here is the unit for x-axis. Now 7. 7 the ordinate means 7 units on y-axis. So up to 7 here. Now let's see where these 2 points intersect. And by this line, so that I can see where it intersect. Here, so it's intersecting here. Now I'm rubbing the lines again. So they are intersecting here, these 2 points, 8 and 7. So this is the point, 8, 7. That's how you mark. First the abscissa, which is the units for x-axis. Next the ordinate, which is the units for y-axis. Then see where those 2 points intersect. That is the coordinate, nothing else. Now see 3, 6. Again, abscissa ordinate positive will lie in the first quadrant. Now 3 means what? 3 units in 3 the abscissa means 3 units on x-axis. Abscissa means x-axis, ordinate means y-axis. 3 units on x-axis, so here. And ordinate is 6, that means 6 units on y-axis here. Now see where they intersect. Right here. This is the intersection point. Rubbing the lines. Yeah. This is the intersection point. 3, 6. Easy. Now 0, 4. So 0, the axis means 0 units on x-axis. So here. And 4 means what? Ordinate 4 means 4 units on y-axis. So here. Now obviously intersection of these 2 points will be here only. So this is 0, this point. Yeah. As simple as that. Just see 0 means what, the axis is 0, that means 0 units on x-axis. Now 4 is the ordinate, means 4 units on y-axis. Now these 2 points intersection is obviously this point on 4, right? So that is the point 0, 4. Now 0, minus 4. Again, axis are 0, that means 0 units on x-axis. So here, and ordinate minus 4. So that means minus 4 units on y-axis. Now on y-axis, this is the minus side. Check where minus 4 is there here. Now intersection of this O 0 and minus 4 will be this point. This is 0 comma minus. How easy is that? Is you don't need to look at the quadrants also, means don't see the signs and then name the quadrant. Just see the 2 points. The first point where it is lying is always the first point is for x-axis, second point is for y-axis. And now you can also see the signs, means this is negative, y-axis negative this side. Check it. X-axis positive this side. Check it. Easy. Next one. 3 comma minus 2. That means axis are 3 units on positive x-axis. Here minus 2 means minus 2 units on ordinate, means minus 2 units on y-axis. On y-axis negative is this side, 2 minus 2 is here. Now just see where these 2 points are intersecting. Yes, you need to see the signs. Why? Because you can tell that if I just join these 2 points like this, here they will intersect. No, that's another thing. That's a good point. You see, 3 comma minus 2 means plus minus fourth quadrant. So the points have to intersect on the fourth quadrant only, not anywhere else. Remember that. So 3 here, minus 2 here. This is the intersection point. Drawing the lines. And then here we go. So this point, intersection of 3 comma minus 2. First, you have to check the x-axis coordinate, abscissa, then the y-axis coordinate. They intersect them. The intersection point is the coordinate, as simple as that. Next one, minus 2 comma 5. That means abscissa minus 2 means abscissa negative, means x-axis negative this side, on that side minus 2. Minus 2 units on x-axis. That means this side, this is minus 2 here on x-axis. Now, ordinate 5, that means 5 units on y-axis positive, so this side. Again, minus to 5 means minus plus, that is second quadrant. So these points have to intersect on the second quadrant. Yeah. So minus 2 is here, 5 is here. This is the intersection point. Rubbing out the lines. That means this is the intersection point. So this is minus 2. Easy, just you have to see the axis ordinate, mark them, intersect them, name it. Finish. Last of the questions for today. The last point, minus 3 comma 0. That means axis are minus 3, that means minus 3 on x-axis. So here is minus 3. So here. And ordinate 0, that means 0 units on y-axis, which is here. Obviously, intersection of these two will be this point only. This is minus 3. Now, suppose this is A, this is B, this is C, this is D, this is E, this is F, this is G. They ask you to join these points. Then this is A, 3,6, B, 0,4. This is not in the question, but it comes actually like that. This is C, 0, minus 4, this is D, 3, minus 2, this is E, minus 2,5, F, minus 3, 0, G. And joining them, I'm just joining by a dotted line. You get some kind of a figure like this. Then comes to D. Here it goes to E. Yeah. Then F Whoa, this is crazy. Then it goes to G, and what else can we join? GD. So something you will obtain, just join everything. Means this type of questions come where they means name you the 7 points, mark them on the graph paper, and then just join them. So see, if I means rub the whole Cartesian system, just see what happens. This is very hard. It's very hard. Still we can do it, right? I'm trying guys so that you can see the figure we drew. It's like satisfaction. I have to rub the whole Cartesian system so that we can just see what is being drawn. Rubbing the points. See, it's hard, right? Okay, so I just rubbed out. So something like this we drew. Okay, this type of questions come where they just name you the 7 points like this, not in this order, something else, and you just draw them. Then A B C D E F G. Just join and name the quadrilateral. You'll see some pentagon, triangle. This how figures are formed. Those are actually 5 mark questions, so be aware for them. This is all for part one. We learned many things actually in part one today. Some concepts of coordinate geometry, how 2 points are equal, what is abscissa and ordinate, we learned that. We also learned how to name the points on a Cartesian system. What are the signs of the 4 quadrants on a Cartesian system? How we can plot the points, join them. Everything we learned today in this part one, which is the introduction. And we learned origin lies in the middle, not in any quadrant. Or origin lies in the middle and all the 4 quadrants, not in any single quadrant. We learned that. Remember these, and I see you in part 2 of this chapter for class 9, where we will be starting a few typical questions of this introductory part only. So get ready for that. See you in the next video. Till then, take care and goodbye. Thank you.